It's Spread Eagle right here on your Classic Metal Show with Through These Eyes, going on by way of by way of email request to our good friend Sal in the chat room. I love you guys.
Oh, well, some of the people in the chat room didn't love that. Wow.
I don't know, man. It's Skid Row to me.
It's all right. I'm not a huge fan of that song myself, to be perfectly honest, but whatever.
Whatever, man. Well, isn't it weird that Skid Row, Spread Eagle, and Pin Siren all come out of New Jersey, and they all have very similar sound?
Yeah, it must be in the water.
That's what I'm thinking. It's very strange how all three of those bands are very, very similar.
Right.
So, interesting stuff. I want to kind of throw out a little memorial or memorem for our good friend Motorhome, who passed away this week.
Yeah, how about that, dude, huh?
It's just like, wow. You know, you always hate to hear about, obviously I've never met him. I know you haven't either, but our good friend Tom and Motorhome, he started out as Motorhead, and I changed it to Motorhome when he said that he and his chick split up and he was living in a motorhome.
Right.
And that's how he got his name. It was Tom and Motorhead who would always call into the show, hanging out in the barn, listening to the CMS.
Listen to us in the barn, exactly.
Yeah. So when he left his chick and they split up and he decided he was going to live mobile, said, yeah, you're no longer Motorhead, you're Motorhome.
That's right.
And unfortunately, he passed away this week.
Yeah, now he's motor dead.
Yeah.
So bummer. I like Shane a lot. I mean, him and we did talk a lot, actually, on Facebook. And he was a good dude, man. And, boy, what a bummer. You know, it's a bummer to see any of our CMS faithful, except for the complainers about the pre-records, die.
Right.
But, yeah, I mean, he was a good one. People could say about, oh, he's a good caller and this and that, but he's a good dude. And him and Tom are, outside of Tom the Scott and Motorhome, getting to know them a little bit, at least through Facebook. They were both good dudes. So, definitely was a bummer to me. I was like, God damn it, you got to be fucking kidding me.
Yeah.
And I talked to Tom this week, and he's pretty tore up about it. But
I mean, that was his compadre, his drinking buddy.
Exactly. But yeah. So bummer. You're absolutely right. It was definitely a bummer.
Yeah. Young guy too, 45.
Yeah, 45 and done.
Yeah. And then the same thing happened to our good friend long-haired Mike almost 4 years ago.
Yeah, and he was 45.
He was only 45.
Yeah. So
just died of a heart attack out in the snow.
I guess 45 is the new 27, huh?
I'll tell you a personal story.
All right.
It really got into my head. In my family anyway, we don't have any history of any kind of heart problems or any kind of diseases or degenerative type of diseases or anything like that.
Right.
But when I turned 42, it just fucked with my head. I thought I was having a heart attack almost every day.
Why?
I don't know the reason why, because 42 seems to be a number. Elvis died at 42. It just seemed like 42 was a number. That's just like, you're 42. That's heart attacks, territory. And it was all psychological, obviously, but for some reason, I just got this in my head. Oh man, I'm 42. I'm going to die of a heart attack.
I mean, you're in good shape, dude. You don't really drink or anything. You're going to live to be 100.
Well, again, I know that. Rationally, I know that. Psychologically, it gets to you.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I guess it's all in the perspective of how you evaluate your life and whatever. If you still think you have more shit to do, and you're trying to do some different things, because I mean, let's face it, I might not live to kickoff in the morning, but I've done everything that I want to do, so if I did die, live, somewhere tonight before the morning comes, whatever. I've done it. I've done what I wanted to do.
But for some reason at that time, and again, it was just me doing it to myself psychologically.
Right.
And I don't know the reason why. Obviously, this was 13 years ago already.
Sure.
But at that time, for some reason, it was just like, oh, man, that day's going to come and I'm just going to have a heart attack. And I don't know why. 42 was just weird. It was a weird thing, and well, here it is. We have two guys that we know at 45 that they just died.
Yeah.
And, again, I didn't know Shane at all as far as like one-on-one relationship, but, 45, that's pretty young. And of course, we knew our good friend long-haired Mike, and that guy was in shape, and, he was a singer, and he worked, and he didn't smoke, and he didn't abuse alcohol or drugs as far as I know. And he's out there shoveling snow and just died. It's like, holy shit. I mean, of course it could have been genetic.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know the details, but boy, when you hear something like that, that's just like, wow, what the fuck?
Yeah, it's crazy. It definitely is nuts.
Yeah. So when you hear about that, you hate to hear about that, and you kind of, it kind of centers you for a minute, and you think, wow, life is short.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's other people like a Vince Neil who's out there, living like a slug, and then nothing ever stops that guy, or even a Keith Richards.
Yeah, Keith Richards.
Keith Richards, this guy's 70, whatever he is, 72 years old or something, and smokes and had hard partying days and drugs, and he may still even do some of that. I have no idea. And
he literally killed death with drugs.
And he's still going. He's still playing stadiums and arenas.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you just never know.
Yeah, I mean, dude, healthy people die. Fat pieces of shit like me live to be 100. You never know.
You never know.
Although, let's be honest, there's not a whole lot of fat guys that are in their 70s. So I think I know my path.
Well, there's Dom DeLuise.
Is he still alive?
I don't know. Is he still alive? Look him up. Dom DeLuise. I think he's still alive. I'm not sure. Or Pavarotti.
Dom DeLuise is dead for 10 years now. And he lived to be like 70.
There you go.
Who's the other one? Pavarotti?
Yeah, Pavarotti.
Pavarotti is dead. He lived fairly old, though. He was 71.
Yeah, there you go.
So 70's the number. So I'll be 51 in a month. So I have like 19 years at best.
Yeah.
I got like 3 years at best. I'm almost done.
Really?
Fucking feel it.
You sure?
I fucking feel it, dude.
What is that? What, dude? I'm 55. I'll be 56 this year.
Right.
And again, I just have to. I have this mindset. I just got to take one day at a time.
Mm-hmm.
I hate to plod through life and just go, oh, it's another day. Oh, I got to go to work. Oh, I come home, and I try to think of things that I hope I could do this, and someday I want to do that, or I want to try to do this. Yeah. I don't know when the clock is ticking.
I obviously haven't stopped doing stuff. I mean, I'm out living hard is what I'm doing these days. That's my.
I mean, in the last year and a half, you've gotten out more in the last year and a half than you have in the last 10 years.
Of course, yeah. I finally got over divorce hangover, and it was like, fuck it, time to go run.
And you have.